Right now, the Democratic National Convention is under a month away. What the nomination process looks like and how other candidates could enter the race. Plus, with the election just over 100 days away, campaign text messages are on the rise this morning. How to avoid falling for a scam. Good morning. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Thursday morning. It is July 25th. I'm Josh Spreiter. Good to be waking up with you this morning. Chris, Kyrion, and Savannah are off this morning after emceeing concerts on the square last night. So, First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slivka is joining us this morning. Kelly, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Josh. A really nice start to the morning, other than the folks that are seeing some fog. But right now in Madison, our Edgewater Sky Cam looking at mostly clear skies this morning, and we're starting off very comfortable. A little bit of haze in Madison, but really the fog has been thicker down to the south and also off to the east and along the Wisconsin River Valley. In fact, near zero in Lone Rock, also near zero in Watertown, now down to a quarter of a mile down in Monroe. All right, temperatures are quite a bit cooler as well. Very comfortable start to the morning. We're 9 degrees cooler here in Madison. Also, Janesville, the Dells, 8 degrees cooler than at this time yesterday morning. We're looking at mild temperatures, seasonable, up close to 80 today. Low humidity for now, but that will increase throughout the weekend, especially by Sunday. And once we get that humidity in here, looks like more rounds of showers and storms already beginning, it looks like Sunday afternoon. Right now, 56 in Madison, Windsor at 57, Cross Plains 55, and Verona currently 53. So a nice start as that sun's coming up this morning. We do have some fog report at the airport. Visibility is not too bad. Temperatures in the 60s, rising into the mid-70s here at the noon hours. We break out into some sunshine. Talking about the heat for the weekend and also that chance of storms coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly, thank you. 6:01 this morning. The DNC is just weeks away, and Democrats are working through the process to formally get their nominee on the ballot. VP Kamala Harris is the presumptive nominee for Democrats because more than half of the voting delegates for next month's DNC say they will back her. But that doesn't give her a formal stamp of approval. Democrats still have to go through a very formal voting process to get her on the ballot across all 50 states. They decided at a meeting just what that looks like.
And we are all working hard to execute this nomination with transparency, with fairness, and efficiency. As a party, we have an obligation to design and implement a fair nomination process for delegates to officially express their preferences through a vote.
Vice President Harris is likely the Democratic nominee, but if anyone wants to challenge her, they have until Saturday to file nomination papers and until Tuesday to get 300 delegate signatures from at least 6 different states. Democrats will then hold virtual votes ahead of August 7th. If Harris is the only one who qualifies as a possible nominee, we could see that virtual vote by next Thursday, August 1st. Well, this campaign season will continue to be full of advertising from candidates on television and online. You may also be seeing an influx of text messages like these. These are actual messages one of our producers has received. The texts ask for money, answers to surveys, and much more. But cybersecurity experts tell Arman Rahman it is important not to fall for scammers.
No matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican, these unsolicited political texts can be hard to escape.
Because it's annoying? Yeah, I hate them.
Yeah, it's incredibly annoying.
Out on State Street, loads of you told me that you've gotten barraged with unsolicited campaign texts lately.
For the last 3 weeks, I've been getting about 7 every day. But it just all directs to give us money. Sorry, I don't have extra money to give to politicians.
And many are confused.
Sometimes I still wonder, how did I get on this list?
Marketing professor Steve Knowles says lots of people don't realize they give their phone numbers when setting up social media accounts or apps.
They never read the small print that says by downloading this app, you consent to give us your photo, your contact information.
But sometimes whoever sent the message didn't even get our identities right.
There's something we haven't told you yet, Karen. This is Donald Trump Jr. Will you help me get a yard sign in every lawn across America, Karen? I don't know why I'm Karen.
So my name isn't Julie, but hi, Julie.
And what about numbers on the do not call list? Knowles says that only really applies for businesses. Campaigns get loopholes from the FCC. Political text messages sent using an auto-dialing machine require consent. Messages sent manually do not.
You can get around anti-spamming or do not call because it's in the public interest. It usually goes down to, is this in the public interest?
But Knowles says more often than not, it's scammers or bad marketing.
Any campaign that's legitimate and real should be respecting opt-in communications.
So anytime you get a text, ask yourself what the messaging is and what they're asking you for. Votes, volunteering, money?
If an organization is sending out texting for fundraising, they're going to have a website. And if they don't, they're not, that's a sign.
A sign you should block the number and delete the message. It might be time for campaigns to limit the screen time, or at least get our names right.
I'm not Karen. Please, please stop thinking I'm Karen.
Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
This morning, President Biden is calling for unity as he steps aside in the presidential election. He made the remarks in a nationally televised primetime address from the Oval Office. It was his first public appearance since announcing Sunday he would end his bid for re-election. In the speech, President Biden cited what he views as the need to defend democracy in his decision to step aside.
The defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think is more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people.
That same day, former President Trump held his first rally since Biden ended his bid. Following up now on a murder-suicide investigation, authorities in Dubuque County are closing it into a case that began in Iowa and ended in Dane County. You may recall we covered the developments right here back in April. Officials say the gun used to kill a 32-year-old Iowa woman was the same gun the person of interest used to later kill himself. Investigators identified 37-year-old Alexander Grunke as a person of interest after discovering the Iowa woman's body. Grunke, who had a teen girl with him, led deputies on a chase. Those deputies spiked the pair's vehicle to stop it, and they ran off near the town of Albion. Both were later found dead. Looking ahead to this Saturday, Wisconsin will honor trailblazer Vel Phillips at the Capitol as a statue in her honor will be unveiled. The statue is in position now outside the Capitol, but it is covered ahead of this weekend's reveal. Phillips broke a long list of barriers. She was the first black woman to graduate from UW-Madison Law School, the first to win a Milwaukee City Council seat, and the first to become a Wisconsin judge. Many remember her as the first woman and black person elected to state office, serving as Secretary of State from 1979 to 83.
There was very scarce representation of African American contributions to the state of Wisconsin in the Capitol or on the Capitol grounds. And so this is an opportunity to right that wrong.
The unveiling ceremony is Saturday afternoon from 5 to 6. The Merrill Community Center says it will no longer provide after-school and summer programs for area kids and seniors. Community Action Inc. of Rock and Walworth County says it made the decision so the facility can be utilized by its other programs. The decision was made based on several factors, including program availability through community partners. The facility will continue to support the Merrill neighborhood and the city of Beloit. New this morning, patient care is at risk of disruption. Michelle Renee Quinn shows us a critical shortage of blood culture vials used for diagnostic tests. Good morning, Michelle Renee.
Good morning, Josh. Yeah, the FDA added the blood culture vials to the medical device shortage list, and this shortage is affecting patient care because those are vials used to help diagnose potentially deadly bloodstream infections like sepsis. The CDC says about half of all U.S. laboratories use a blood culture system that is only compatible with the vials. Experts say the shortage will affect hospitals the most, as it has the potential to lead to a delay in diagnosis, misdiagnosis, or other challenges for patients with certain infectious diseases. Now, the tests are often needed to respond quickly to serious conditions, and the supply may not improve until September. Health departments affected by this shortage should immediately begin to assess their situation and develop plans to mitigate the potential impact of the shortage.
All right, Michelle Renee, thank you.
Absolutely.
Looking ahead to this weekend, Atwood Fest is back for its 10th year running. The lineup featuring 3 stages and 30 bands, as well as craft vendors and a kids fest. Rocker is the music programmer for Atwood Fest. He prides himself on booking legacy bands, but also bringing new names to the stage. One of his favorite parts of the festival is called Convergence.
Convergence is a parade that starts through the Atwood neighborhood, and it converges at the Luther Allison stage for a performance by the Amphibians. But people dress in costumes, they bang pots and pans, and they get the neighborhood out. It's a meta community event.
Rocker says to leave a little early for better parking and bring the kids for their Kids Fest events. Leave the pets at home, though, as animals are not allowed, rather. 6:09 on a Thursday morning. Let's check in with Kelly on what's coming up in your first warn weather. Good morning, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, Josh. It is a nice, comfortable start to the morning. We just have to deal with some fog, but we are expecting lots of sunshine, and we will be heating up this weekend. Well, the first warn forecast coming up.
Also ahead, the U.S. men were in action in Olympic soccer. We'll have the highlights next in your morning sports.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, brought to you by Toyota.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, lease a new Corolla Cross for $299 a month, or lease a 2024 RAV4 for $329 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
If your windows are leaky and drafty, it's possible they weren't installed properly. Many installers lack proper training, and shoddy installation leaves your home vulnerable to extreme weather. At Next Door & Window, we're reinventing window installation. Our approach ensures your windows are sealed tight and energy efficient. And your windows and doors will be installed by certified experts who treat your home as if it was their own. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a major league sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
It is 6:12 on a Thursday morning, which means we are working for the weekend in the 6:08 today. We're helping you plan your weekend with 3 things for you to do with your family during this final weekend of the month. First up, it is time for WannaFest. The only Wanna-Key in the world is getting ready for their annual summer festival. There are events happening all weekend long, beginning today and ending Sunday. Activities include the arts and crafts show, a carnival, car show, parade, and run, to name a few. WannaFest is located at Centennial Park in Wanakee. Get ready for the River Rumble Tractor Pull. It's happening Friday night in Mazomanie. River Rumble is in its 12th year. This truck and tractor pull is a family event featuring Badger State tractor pullers celebrating 50 years here this year. Food and drinks on the grounds will be provided by the Mazomanie Fire Department. Proceeds will be going to Mazo FD and EMS. You can check out the action at Lions Park tomorrow night starting at 6:30. Finally, happening Sunday, another yearly tradition makes its return. I'm talking about the Driftless River Run Car Cruise. Special interest cars and their owners are invited to join in on the annual Sunday cruise across the Driftless region. Organizers are calling for people to meet at the Walmart in Dodgeville at 10 in the morning on Sunday. This year, the first 250 cars to attend get a free sticker. Remember, we are your home for what's happening in the 608. Just go to channel3000.com and click on the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. You can also reach out to me with your ideas on what inspires you in the 608 on social media or email. Let's get to First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka with your Thursday morning forecast. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, Josh. Hey, a nice start to the morning, unless you're seeing some of the fog. We'll show those visibilities for you because we've seen some thicker fog, some of those river valleys, especially along the Wisconsin River Valley. Noticing visibilities near zero in Lone Rock and also Boscobel, but also in Monroe, visibilities near zero. A little bit of haze here in Madison, at least reported at the airport, while it's down to a half of a mile in Watertown and a quarter of a mile right now in Juneau, also the Dells. All right, high pressure control of our weather. The air subsides under that. That's kind of trapped some of that low-level moisture near the surface, especially in those valleys, and that's why we're seeing that fog. But once we get rid of that fog, we're going to see a beautiful afternoon. Low humidity again today and comfortable temperatures. Dry for now, but unfortunately, it looks like as we go through the later part of the weekend, Sunday afternoon, and chances of storms will continue into next week. It looks like it could start off fairly stormy next week. The only question is the timing as some of these storms roll on through. It's not going to rain the entire period, but we've got more of those stormy weather conditions headed our way. And already after seeing some heavy rains in the month of May and June and first half of July, look at what we've seen for July. Already eight and a third of an inch of rain. We'll probably add at least another inch before the month of July is done with. And for the year today, we've had almost 33 inches of rain. Our surplus is almost 11 inches. We could use some drying out. We got a few more days of some dry weather. You can see some of that haze out there as we look at our sky cam, and temperatures very comfortable this morning, but will steadily climb through the 70s, topping out very close to 80 this afternoon. So seasonable temperatures the next couple of days. Humidity returns, especially by Sunday, and that will lead to these rounds of showers and storms that I've been talking about. Not today, though. A little bit of fog this morning, but we'll get into sunshine and mid-70s at the noon hour. Beautiful afternoon as we close in on 80 today, and we'll drop quickly through the 60s tonight here at midnight. By tomorrow morning, waking up to upper 50s, so very comfortable tomorrow morning. So a little taste of some cooler air coming in from Canada, but eventually that heat dome will build across the upper Midwest. And we're going to see this jet stream. We're going to be very close to that ridge. And around that ridge is when we see these showers and storms far up to our north and west, and they dive down into southern Wisconsin. That's what we're calling for next week, and that's why we're setting up for a wetter weather pattern. Comfortable morning, 56 right now in Madison, 57 in Sun Prairie, 55 in Stoughton, and also down to the south. So 80 today, 59 tomorrow morning, 82 Fridays. We heat up this weekend. We'll see those afternoon storms Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Josh does the sports this morning. The Brewers were looking for a series win in yesterday's rubber match against the Cubs. In the top of the sixth, the Brewers trailed 2-1 until Bryce Terang tied it up, going up and out of the zone to a single in a run. It is 2-2 now. Still tied in the ninth when William Contreras lines one to the left center field gap. Blake Perkins was off to the races. He comes around to score all the way from first base. That would be the winning run. The Brewers win 3-2. Well, the Brewers have introduced who they hope will become their first baseman of the future. Blake Burke is coming off a national championship at the University of Tennessee. Milwaukee drafted him 34th overall in the last week's MLB draft, and he is ready to get to work.
I mean, pretty cool going from national championship to getting drafted to sign this contract. I mean, a lot of exciting things, and I mean, I'm just blessed.
Burke is expected to soon report to Arizona for the Brewers' rookie team. Well, let's kick it now. Forward Madison FC hosting Central Valley Fuego in their first league match since suffering their first league defeat. Who better to turn to the opening goal than Christian Cheney? And how about this header, though tough angle rather, and high velocity in the cross from Jake Carl. Central Valley is at the bottom of the USL League One table, so a goal in the early minutes of the second half would be a major morale booster. And in similar style to the goal they conceded, Javier Mariona silenced the flock end of Bree Stevens Field. That was his first goal of the season, though his Central Valley team has only scored 12 across all competitions this season. Forward Madison responded shortly after the hour mark. Devin Boyce was unmarked in the middle and tapped it home. Both teams are off for the next 2 weeks, and it's the Mingos who go into a break on a high note. They win 2-1. Well, believe it or not, the Olympics are already underway. The U.S. men were in action in soccer against France. Now in Olympic men's soccer, the competing nations send their under-23 teams. Up to 3 players can be older than that, and it was one of France's overage players who opened the goal scoring. Alexander Lacazette's wonderful long-range effort flew well out of the goalkeeper, Patrick Schulte's reach. It is the first appearance for the U.S. men in the Olympic soccer tournament since 2008, but their opponents weren't letting up. Just minutes later, Michael Olise produced a similar beauty to Lacazette's goal. France added a 3rd goal in the final minutes to ensure a comfortable win. Plenty more Olympic action yet today. Former Badger soccer player Rose Lavelle and the USA face Zambia this afternoon at 2. The U.S. men's rugby sevens team will be back in action against Uruguay at around 8 this morning. They will also play again later today as well. Handball and archery begin today and in fact are going on as we speak. 6:20 still ahead for us on a Thursday morning, the discovery of a new planet. And in our next half hour, new arrests in connection to an East Side shooting last October. But first, as we head to break on a Thursday morning, here's a look at gas prices. We'll be right back.
Wisconsin Broadcasters. Local, trusted, connected.
Under our roof, they're free to dream big. Because we're here to help protect those dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Check out our selection of Dakota vanities. They feature generous interior storage and come in a variety of styles. Get this sliding barn door vanity for $168.99 after rebate. Put the finishing touches on your bathroom with a faucet from Moen. Get this mica spot-resistant brush nickel faucet for $59.98 after 11% rebate at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma? How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Good morning with Vocalax. Good morning. Hey. Yeah. Try Vocalax Chewy Fruit Bites for fast and gentle constipation relief in as little as 30 minutes. Making your good morning even better with Vocalax.
What was that?
Nothing. Gorilla Super Glue.
Brush for edge-to-edge coverage and nozzle for precise application all in one. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
You'll soon vote on 2 misleading constitutional amendments. They're designed to trick voters into eliminating checks and balances in our government. It's a power grab to give the MAGA politicians in the legislature the sole power to distribute emergency funding. They gerrymander, deny elections, and push abortion bans. Don't give MAGA politicians the sole power. Vote no to questions 1 and 2.
Under our roof, they're free to dream big. Because we're here to help protect those dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Welcome back, 6:24 on a Thursday. Wow, Rebecca showing off a I don't know, is that a sunrise, sunset?
You know, I couldn't tell you. Are we looking east or west?
Yeah,
that would give me a clue. It looks like there might have been some smoke. Maybe this was taken recently because it's still got that smoke, that Canadian wildfire smoke that creates some hazy conditions today.
Always amazing just how much of an impact that can have on us here.
Well, you know, thankfully most of it's aloft and not near the surface, so we're not really getting too much of an air quality issue. Maybe a little bit out there this morning, but yeah, you know, it's just been an ongoing thing, it seems like, every summer.
Yeah, seriously. Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for that beautiful shot. We appreciate it. Trending this morning, scientists have discovered a planet orbiting around a neighboring star. They used the James Webb Space Telescope to observe what they're calling a super Jupiter. It has this name because it's about the same size as Jupiter, but has about 6 times the mass. This planet orbits a star about 12 million light years away. The star is so close and so bright to our solar system that it's visible to the naked eye in the southern hemisphere. That's incredible.
You know, I was just thinking, how many light years away was that?
12. Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh man, you know, space. You know, it's just beyond my comprehension. Here I'm a scientist, but I'll stick to weather.
It's wild. All right, now we're walking to a whole new level this morning. This is the Highline World Championships in Switzerland. Competitors walk across tightrope-like lines in very acrobatic ways. Yikes. Performing some tricks there as well. I know. There are speed and freestyle competitions. The winner of the women's freestyle title ran a 60-meter segment in just 52 seconds.
You know, I can't even do this, you know, 2 feet off the ground. And here, what are they, about, I don't know, 1,000 feet up in Switzerland?
And they make it look so easy. Look at that.
What?
Yep, just
do a
little
little
flip.
momentum. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you could pay me enough to do that.
No.
All right, what's the forecast looking like, Kelly?
Yeah, we just have some fog this morning, but once we get rid of the fog, it should be a nice afternoon. Temperatures up close to 80. Very comfortable weather today, and another nice start to the morning. Upper 50s tomorrow morning, 82 in the afternoon. We will be heating up this weekend. Along with that, it looks like we're back into a stormy weather pattern starting Sunday. That'll continue to Thursday of next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Time right now is 6:26. We're back on a Thursday morning after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
My parents were both teachers, so I know it's high time we give teachers a raise. I'm Katrina Shankland, and I know we need to fairly fund our public schools and stop over-relying on property taxes. I approve this message because we need to get this done in Congress.
Everyone has their own idea of what fitness means to them. Here's what it means to us. We believe fitness can be more than exercise, that it can build a better tomorrow. It can change how you feel. It can build more than muscle. It can build community. And no matter what your reason, the common goal is simple. It's for a better tomorrow. Join us for a better tomorrow.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
Let's do this.
Introducing Chevy's best lineup of SUVs ever. The rugged, always-ready Trailblazer, the first ever Traverse Z71, and the Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. When it's your time to shine, Chevy's got you.
Get 1.9% financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
Would you hire a barber who's never cut hair before? So why send someone to Congress who's never held public office and never passed a single bill? I'm Katrina Shankland. I approved this message because we need an experienced congresswoman. Right, Jed?
Right now, more arrests in the killing of a 15-year-old girl from Madison, what police say they are still looking for. Plus, Senator Tammy Baldwin introducing a new bill to lower the cost of medicine. How many Wisconsinites would be affected? Good morning. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Thursday morning. It is July 25th. I'm Josh Breiter. Chris, Kyriana, and Savannah have the morning off after hosting concerts on the square last night. Boy, they had a nice evening to do so. First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka is waking up early with us on a Thursday. We've been lucky so far this summer for COTS there, Kelly.
Yeah, Wednesdays have been the day, I guess, so far this summer because, you know, we've seen so much rain this summer, just not hitting us on Wednesday. Starting off quiet this morning, we have had a little bit of haze, a little bit of fog in the Madison area, but it is quite a bit cooler. 9 degrees cooler than where we were at this time yesterday morning. 10 degrees cooler in Watertown, 8 degrees cooler in the Dells. As mentioned, we've had some areas of fog, mainly in those river valleys, Wisconsin River Valley near zero, and Boscobel and Lone Rock, Monroe near zero, also in Juneau near zero, 3/4 mile visibility currently in Watertown. So seasonable temperatures after we get through this fog, plenty of sunshine, should be a beautiful afternoon. We will see the humidity increase, especially by Sunday, and that eventually will lead to some showers and storms. It looks like we could be into a stormy weather pattern for much of next week. Right now, 56 in Madison, very comfortable. Keep those windows open at least for the next couple of hours to let in some of this cooler air. Right now, Brooklyn at 59. So calling for some sunshine today after we get through the fog this morning. Temperatures climbing through the 70s up close to 80. We'll talk more about that chance of storms later in the weekend coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. This morning, the police say they've arrested 3 more suspects in a shooting on Madison's east side from last October. It killed a 15-year-old girl and injured 3 others. Donovan Douglas, Havian White, Wilson Clark, and Reginald Sexton are all facing charges of homicide, attempted homicide, and recklessly endangering safety. Kaisha's was the second of 2 shooting deaths at the East Side complex, Harmony Apartments on Milwaukee Street. News 3 Now has covered both of these shootings extensively. Our Braden Ross reports on the latest update.
For 9 months, our department has been searching for justice for Kaisha Miller.
Well, Wednesday afternoon, Madison police say that justice is now on the way.
As of this afternoon, 4 people are in custody.
4 men, all in their early 20s and from the Madison area, are now facing homicide charges after police say they drove to the Harmony Apartments in a stolen car, hopped out, and started shooting at a group of teenagers, killing Kaisha and wounding others.
She was an innocent 15-year-old girl spending time with her sister and friends when she was shot and killed outside of her home last October.
Police recovered more than 50 shell casings at the scene.
We're also trying to determine a motive. We know that some in custody are affiliated with the local gang that is in our community, but we don't know what led them to the Harmony Apartments and why they chose to do this senseless act.
Just 4 months before Kaisha was killed, another young life, 20-year-old Devon Grant, was taken by gun violence in nearly the exact same place.
It is up to all of us to make sure that dangerous weapons like guns do not end up in the wrong hands.
Since January, police have been called to the Harmony Apartments almost 250 times. But residents I spoke with today say they have felt safer with more police patrols since Kaisha's death. But they say they still haven't seen the extra programming they were promised after Devon and Kaisha were killed. And if they ever get it, that's the solution they believe will last.
That was Braden Ross reporting. Police say they are still looking for a 5th person they believe could be involved in Kaisha's killing and that more arrests could be coming as they continue working on this case. Right now, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding a missing endangered man. Take a look at your screen. This is 62-year-old Paul Farrell. He was last seen Friday in the area of Larry Lane in the town of Burke, wearing blue jeans and a multicolored sweatshirt. He is 5'11" and about 165 pounds. The The sheriff's office says he's without a car and his family's concerned because he's going without his prescribed medications. If you have any information about where Farrell is, you can call the Dane County Communications Center. That number is 608-255-2345. If you see Farrell, call 911. Happening today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be at the White House to meet with President Biden and Vice President Harris. It follows a nearly hour-long address before Congress yesterday at a critical point for his country's war with Hamas. The number of those killed in Gaza nearing 40,000. That speech included false statements reducing the role Israel is playing in the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The Prime Minister also lashed out against the International Criminal Court for seeking an arrest warrant against him for war crimes.
The ICC is trying to shackle Israel's hands and prevent us from defending ourselves. And if Israel's hands are tied, America is next. For the forces of civilization to triumph, America and Israel must stand together.
The ICC's top prosecutor isn't just seeking warrants against Netanyahu, he's also requesting warrants for other members of the Israeli government and multiple Hamas leaders. In his speech, Netanyahu vowed Israel would fight until it achieves victory, despite optimism from some U.S. officials that a ceasefire could be on the way. Here's how one family of an American hostage feels about that.
We were saddened. We were disappointed. We really wanted to hear that the Prime Minister was on the brink of signing this deal, or that he was going to announce, I have signed, or we are signing right now this first phase of the deal, just to get some movement going. And we didn't hear that.
While all of this was going on, thousands of protesters marched towards the Capitol. That demonstration came to an end, though, when police deployed pepper spray into the crowd. It is not just protesters who are upset with the Prime Minister's speech. U.S. Representative Mark Pocan skipped the address. After Netanyahu was done, he issued this statement. It says, quote, "It is widely inappropriate to give the distinct honor of addressing Congress to a man who has violated international human law so severely that an arrest warrant for war crimes has been recommended by the International Criminal Court. I regret that one has not been issued yet, as I would have gladly served it to him on the House floor." Meanwhile, others in Congress are responding to the speech with support for the Prime Minister. Representative Brian Stile releasing a statement saying, quote, "For more than 75 years, Israel has been America's closest ally in the Middle East. I was proud to join many of my colleagues in reaffirming the bond between our two nations. By welcoming Prime Minister Netanyahu to Congress, we share a strong commitment to free all of the hostages, including Americans, and defeat Iran-backed Hamas and Hezbollah terrorists." Well, here's a live look at the Capitol at 6:36 this morning. Senator Tammy Baldwin once again looking to lower the cost of prescription drugs. The senator introduced the Capping Prescription Costs Act. It would extend out-of-pocket caps seniors on Medicare are getting next year from the Inflation Reduction Act to the private market. So here's what that means for Wisconsin. Costs would be capped at $2,000 for individual people and $4,000 for families. In our state, that would apply to more than 3 million people with private health insurance. Starting this morning, a first warn traffic note, a lane closure could impact your commute over the next couple of days. At 8 this morning, the southbound lane of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard will be partially closed while crews are setting up a crane. Northbound traffic from Wilson Street will be allowed to drive through. Drivers headed southbound from Doty will be able to make a U-turn mid-block on MLK. The lane restriction will continue through the end of tomorrow. Well, another week of concerts on the square is officially wrapped up this morning. People gathered to watch a performance last night from violinist Susanna Bea and the Canopy Dance Company. A few members of our News 3 Now morning crew joined them, Chris, Kyrion, and Savannah. There they are, joining them, out reporting live at 4, 5, and 6 last night, along with emceeing the event. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Concerts on the Square, and it's all made possible with donations from people who want to see that tradition continue. Next week, we will have a crew out there as well. It is the final week. One more chance to come say hi as we report live from Capitol Square. John Novacek will be on the piano for Rhapsody in Blue. That performance starts next Wednesday night at 7 on the King Street corner of the square. Remember, you can always start laying your blankets to save a spot at 3 in the afternoon. We'll see if the forecast can hold true. We've been good so far this summer, Kelly.
Yeah, Wednesdays have been good to us so far. We are looking at some fog this morning, but once we get through this fog, it should be a beautiful afternoon. We'll see how long this nice weather lasts coming up.
And also coming up, what high school seniors should keep an eye out for after a new initiative from the universities of Wisconsin.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Stop waiting for online orders. Rock Auto Parts ship in a few hours, 24 hours a day. On the carrier you choose, with tracking at each step.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower. So he went right to work on handling the project. That's him going online, researching bathtub and shower installers. And there he is, calling a few places to get an estimate. I think he's procrastinating.
Call 1-800-HANSONS for a new shower or bathtub you'll love. Installed in as little as 1 day.
It's okay. I called 1-800-HANSONS.
We custom fit your new bathtub or shower into your existing space for a fast, convenient, and hassle-free installation with any safety features your family needs. Safety bars, seats, and more with a no-leak guarantee.
Oh, hey, I'm going to call 1-800-HANSONS.
That's great, hon.
Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
The most eventful weeks in political history.
Breaking news tonight after shots ring out.
News 3 Now brought you team coverage. Coming to you live from Milwaukee.
I've been in talks with delegates from all over the country.
Donald Trump unveils his choice for running mate.
Could bring extra votes from the swing state to the Republican Party.
Every step of the way.
He is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race.
Provides a whole lot of new energy for Democrats.
The path to the White House goes through Wisconsin.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We're back at 6:42 on a Thursday morning, or Little Friday. The Universities of Wisconsin says high school seniors can expect to receive admissions offers as early as next week. Our Michelle Renee Quinn reports on UW's brand new direct admissions initiative. Good morning, Michelle Renee.
Good morning, Josh. And yes, you're correct. That UW has partnered with nearly 350 public and private schools across the state to receive school data on students. And that's so the direct admissions initiative can accept students to several UW campuses without them actually having to apply or pay an application fee. Now, students who agree to participate fill out a free direct admit form during their spring year of junior year, the spring semester of their junior year. Now, high schools facilitate that process, and admission is dependent on their grades and coursework at the completion of their junior year. UW is then able to send acceptance letters to students who qualify the summer going into their senior year. Now, they must meet all admission requirements, enroll for their senior year of high school, stay on track to graduate. Now, 10 UW schools are participating. That's all except Eau Claire, La Crosse, and Madison. It's important to note each of the participating universities determine their own unique admissions criteria for automatic acceptance. So acceptance into one school doesn't necessarily mean you will get into all schools you signed up to receive direct admit from. Direct admit students must complete the requirements for admission during the senior year and graduate from high school. If not, admission offers will be revoked.
All right, Michelle Renee with that big update. Michelle Renee, thank you.
Absolutely.
New developments on the impacts of last week's global IT outage. An insurance analysis shows the CrowdStrike software glitch could cost Fortune 500 companies more than $5 billion in losses. The sectors hit the hardest: healthcare and banking. Fortune 500 airlines were the second most affected. Delta Airlines continues to see fallout from the outage. Thousands of flights were canceled, stranding people across the globe. The airline now the subject of an investigation from the Department of Transportation. Delta CEO Ed Bastian says he expects today to be the first normal day of operations. That's almost a week later. The airline is fully recovered, he says, but Bastian made waves when he flew to Paris yesterday for opening ceremony of the Olympics, which Delta is a sponsor of. The company says he's still engaged with operations and that he took a commercial flight. It could be days before everyone whose flights were canceled reached their destination. So this morning we're taking a look at what passengers are entitled to. The DOT says airlines have to offer money back via refunds to affected travelers, not e-credits for future travel. But you can choose to get e-credits if you'd like. Delta also says it's responsible for covering expenses resulting from the disruption. That includes meal vouchers and hotels. 6:45, right on the nose. Let's get to first warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka with your forecast this morning. Beautiful start out there, Kelly.
Yeah, very comfortable this morning, other than some areas have had a little bit of fog, but one of those nights where you can keep the windows open, let in some of that cool air. We're giving our AC a break, and that'll be the same case tomorrow morning. High pressure in control of our weather. Quiet weather, but we do have a little bit of low-level moisture trapped near the surface, and that's why we've seen some of this fog. And visibility is down near zero down in Monroe, also along the Wisconsin River Valley, but a lot of that will dissipate and warm us up close to 80. Edgewater sky cams showing just a little bit of haze here in the Madison area. Temperatures pretty seasonable today and also tomorrow, but we will be heating up and the humidity will be increasing throughout the weekend. And eventually that humidity will lead to more storms. It looks like some of these could come in Sunday and next week. We are looking at rounds of some showers and storms. We could be setting up for another week of some active weather. But what else is new? This has been the ongoing situation basically since May, June, July. At least we got a little bit of a break with that humidity down right through Saturday morning. But as we get through Saturday afternoon, suddenly winds will pick up. That'll bring in some of that moisture from the south. And dew point temperatures, measurement of the actual amount of moisture in the air will flirt with 70. It looks like by Sunday afternoon. That'll continue into early next week. So after the fog this morning, a lot of sunshine as we warm up to the mid-70s by the noon hour. Beautiful afternoon, light winds near 80 this afternoon. Low humidity today, so that will allow those temperatures to drop fairly quickly through the 60s this evening and waking up to very comfortable temperatures again tomorrow morning in the upper 50s. Tomorrow afternoon, we should be back into the lower 80s, maybe a couple degrees warmer, but still not too humid. All right, Saturday looks like the nicest day of the weekend. Quite a bit of sunshine. It's going to be a little bit warmer, so if you want to do any summer activities, maybe head to the pool, maybe head to the lake, a great day to do it. Looks like it'll be lots of sunshine Saturday. But by Sunday, later in the morning into the afternoon, we are seeing this surge of moisture coming in from the south. Showers and storms. Been kind of flipping on this as far as our Sunday forecast, but that's what we're looking at. Some scattered showers and storms later in the weekend on Sunday. That'll continue into early next week. Nice this morning, though. 56 in Madison, 58 in Lone Rock. They do have some fog there along the Wisconsin River Valley. 56 right now in Watertown. 55 in Cottage Grove and Sun Prairie, currently at 58. So a beautiful day today after we get through some of this fog. 80 this afternoon. Another comfortable start to the morning tomorrow. 59, 82 tomorrow afternoon. Warming up this weekend. And once again, a pretty active weather pattern setting up by Sunday, and that'll continue right through Thursday of next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. 6:47 is your time on a Thursday morning, which means we are working for the weekend in the 608 today. We are helping you plan your weekend with 3 things for you to do with your family during this final weekend of the month. First up, it is time for WannaFest. The only Wanakee in the world is getting ready for their annual summer festival. There are events happening all weekend long, beginning today and ending Sunday. Activities include the arts and crafts show, carnival, car show, parade, and run, to name a few. WannaFest is located at Centennial Park in Wanakee. Get ready for the River Rumble Tractor Pull. It's happening Friday night in Mazomanie. River Rumble is in its 12th year. This truck and tractor pull is a family event featuring Badger State tractor pullers celebrating 50 years in 2024. Food and drinks on the grounds will be provided by the Mazomanie Fire Department, and proceeds will be going to the Mazo FD and EMS. You can check out the action at Lions Park tomorrow night starting at 6:30. Then, happening Sunday, another yearly tradition makes its return. I'm talking about the Driftless River Run Car Cruise. Special interest cars and their owners are invited to join in on the annual Sunday cruise across the Driftless region. Organizers are calling for people to meet at the Walmart in Dodgeville at 10 in the morning. This year, the first 250 cars to attend get a free sticker. Remember, we are your home for what's happening in the 608. You can go to our section of channel3000.com or click on that community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. Remember to let me know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media or email for a chance to be featured. Around the state this morning, the EAA continues in Oshkosh this weekend, and a private jet Elvis used to own is now on display. James Webb owns it today. He's an aviation enthusiast who bought the jet at an auction. He did some work on the plane to make it drivable. It took 18 months for that to get done, and he finished just in time for the EAA AirVenture.
I knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I also knew it would never fly again. And the only way that I could think of to share it with as many people as possible around the country, maybe the world one day, is to make it mobile, and nothing crazier than to be able to drive it.
Webb says he is charging people to walk through Elvis's plane at EAA, giving most of that money to Wings of Compassion, a nonprofit for veterans. It is 6:50 coming up in the morning sprint. The latest from Sauk County authorities on an armed and dangerous man who shot at law enforcement. But first, as we head to break, if you have a little kid turning 30 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, and dirt are settling deep into your carpet fibers. Stanley Steamer removes the dirt you see and the dirt you don't. Your carpets aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma? How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Need inspiration? Shop Pick and Save. For over 30,000 mouth-watering choices, plus savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Pick and Save is worth it every time. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
It's a doubleheader of action with Nightmare Softball and Mallards Baseball Friday, July 26th. Then stick around for a fabulous low-decibel fireworks display on Military Appreciation Night. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of the Madison Mallards and Nightmare Softball.
Get peace of mind with your annual Stanley Steamer dryer vent cleaning. We remove lint buildup to reduce the risk of fire and extend the life of your dryer. Plus, your clothes will dry faster, too. Your dryer vent isn't clean until it's Stanley Steamer clean.
Gets your home cleaner.
Celebrating 25 years, July 25th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Madison.
It is 6:53, time for the morning sprint. 3 more people are facing charges for a shooting that killed a 15-year-old girl and injured 3 others. This was on Madison's east side last October. Donovan Douglas, Havian White, Wilson Clark, and Reginald Sexton are all facing charges of intentional homicide, attempted homicide, and recklessly endangering safety. Police say they're still looking for a 5th person involved. Right now, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is looking for this missing and endangered man, 62-year-old Paul Farrell. He was last seen Friday in the town of Burke wearing blue jeans and a multicolored sweater. He is without a car. His family says he's currently without his medications as well. If you see him, call 911. Stock County authorities are searching for Jeffrey Miller, an armed and dangerous man. A deputy tried pulling him over for speeding, but Miller drove off and crashed his car. As deputies approached, he shot at them and ran into the woods. That led to a shelter-in-place warning for people in the Baraboo area. If you see him, you're also asked to call 911. Iowa officials are closing an investigation into a murder-suicide that ended in Dane County. They say Alex Grunke killed an Iowa woman before leading Dane County deputies on a chase with a young girl. Both shot at deputies, ran off, and were found dead. Officials say Grunke used the same gun he killed the woman with on himself, and that updates on the girl's death would have to come from Dane County.
But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition.
President Biden addressing the nation after bowing out of the 2024 presidential race. He says for the remainder of his term, he'll be focused on doing his job as president. Biden says he will continue lowering costs, growing the economy, defending abortion, and work to protect kids from gun violence and the planet from climate change.
We are increasingly concerned.
That is FBI Director Christopher Wray testifying before members of the House about the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Wray also notes law enforcement should expect more attempted attacks from foreign terrorists after learning about an Iranian plot to kill Trump. Meanwhile, the House voted to establish a task force that will investigate the shooting of the former president. Overdue credit card bills are at an all-time high this morning. A new report shows the highest number of overdue balances since the Federal Reserve started tracking them in 2012. Now, banks are bracing for some financial issues. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo are raising their provisions for credit losses.
All right, coming up on 7 o'clock, as we are looking at temperatures, very comfortable this morning. But now that we've got the sun out there, mid-70s at the noon hour, very close to 80 with sunshine today. Should be a really nice afternoon with low humidity, light winds today after we get through the fog. 82 tomorrow, 85 on Saturday. Humidity comes up, and that will lead to some more showers and storms later Sunday into next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Make it a fantastic Thursday.